Hi, this is Darnell with Wheel Recipes. Today I'm going to grill a lot of fresh chicken tenderloins in the Emeril Lagasse Power Air Fryer 360 XL. It's a nice big air fryer. It's like a toaster, convection toaster oven air fryer, and it can cook up a lot. So we're going to put a lot of chicken tenderloins on it and see how that does, grilling those up right now. Okay, so I've got a good bit of chicken here. I've got 26 chicken tenderloins here and spread across 2 crisper trays. This is about 3 1/4 pound total of chicken tenderloin. And so this is what I've got here for seasoning. I've got some Grill Mates Montreal chicken seasoning. Nothing in this video is sponsored. Nobody paid me anything to do any of this. First, I'm going to get the Emeril Lagasse Power Air Fryer Oven 360 preheated. So I'm going to turn it to it gets to air fry. And I'm going to take the temperature down to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm going to take the cooking time up to 30 minutes. And so now that I've got it set for 375 degrees in 30 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and hit start. Let it start preheating. While it's preheating, I'm just going to get these seasoned, flip them over and season their opposite side. And so basically, just doing a generous, sprinkling of this seasoning all over them. And then flip them and do the other side and then be ready to put them both in. I've got, if you see, a rack on the lowest rack level. That'll hold a baking pan to catch any drippings. I'll put a baking pan down there. I'm going to put these 2 crisper trays on the, basically on the first and second level, so that they'll be on top of one another, and then underneath we'll have the pan catching the drippings. We'll see how this all turns out, trying to grill up all this chicken at once. I do anticipate trying to swap the racks partway through the cook, let them cook for a while and then swap the racks. And I'm wondering if even by the time I swap they might already be done, because I'm going to let them cook for about 15 minutes before I even open things up, and I'm going to check temperature at that time. We'll see how things are going, swap racks if we need to. But I think that the Emeril 360 can probably cook up all of this chicken really fast and really good, and it can cook up a lot more than maybe some other cookers could do at one time. So we'll see how it does with this. So I'm just getting the other side of the chicken seasoned up. Just using a big container of seasoning like this in one shot. Just makes seasoning easy when you're doing a whole bunch of chicken at one time. And seasoning up and cooking all these chicken tenderloin, I figured I can use this for more than just like dinner or lunch meat. It's really hard to find even breakfast meats if you want a low sodium breakfast meat. I mean, go to the store and try and find a breakfast meat that's low sodium. It's like there's no such thing. Breakfast meats are always high in sodium. Bacon, sausage, and all that stuff, real high in sodium. But these, can even use them as like breakfast meat and real low sodium, not a lot of sodium in that seasoning there. So going to wait for this preheat and then I'll put them on in. Alright, the preheat's finished, and now I'm going to get this baking pan in on the very bottom on that rack. Going to get these put up here on the second rack level, and going to get these up on top. So everything's in, and now I'm just going to pause to get the time turned back to an even 30 minutes and just hit start again. So now we'll count down for 30 minutes. I'll bring you back in about 15 minutes. We'll see what's going on in there. Alright, 15 minutes have passed from just kind of generally looking in there. Nothing looks done. So I'm just going to swap the racks. I'm going to pause here at the 15-minute mark and swap them. You can see here, those don't really look done. Neither do these, so just moving these up, moving these down. I'm going to close things up once I get my glove off here and just start it back up. I'm just gonna keep an eye on things. I'll bring you on back in a bit. Okay, so 25 minutes of total cooking time have passed. I'm going to hit pause and just check some temperatures. So we paused here. I'm going to check these on the top, see what their temperature is. They're like 163, so just barely done. Since they're dripping on the lower ones, I don't want to take the lower ones out. So I'm going to let them go this last 5 minutes. We'll probably have them done in a solid 30 minutes. We're coming into the final 10 seconds of 30-minute cook at 375. Things should be fully cooked at this point, and we'll just check for assurance. And it's all over. Going to open it up and take my freshly cleaned Thermopin. And it's just at 165. I mean, we're just there on that one. We're at 165. I mean, this one's 163. This one here, well, it's 167 there. It looks like is it coming up or what? Let me try and get in there good. Yeah, it's 165-ish down in the meat. I think that, yeah, we're 164. Let me see if yeah, we're like 164, 165. I guess we could give it, another, just close the door for a few minutes and just let them sit there. But I think that they're pretty much done. I'm just gonna check the lower level. See how those on the lower level are doing. They're 163-ish. So we almost made it in 30 minutes. I'm going to have to give them some more time though. So I'm going to have to switch back to air fry. And I'm going to, since air fry has a built-in preheat, I'm going to switch over to reheat to try and get them hotter. So reheat 375, and I'll give them another 5 minutes, and I'll put the air fryer fan on reheat and hit start. Just so we're basically kind of mimicking another 5 minutes of air fry without starting air fry and going through the whole preheat process of air fry. Just use the reheat with the air fryer fan for 5 minutes at the same temp. So we'll give them 5 more minutes. Looks like they'll need 35 minutes to assuredly be totally done. Alright, so we're coming into the final 30 seconds of what will be a 35-minute total cook. And with chicken, I think something in there, I guess, from the heat just moved around a little bit, but everything's cool. But basically, with chicken, you want to go a little over more so than just kind of marginally being done. You want to make sure that you get over, because you don't want to get messed up from any type of poisoning or anything. So the time is up. Going to do another check of temperatures. Let's see, we gotta be done at this point. I don't know why these on the front are always showing 150 something, which makes, that makes no sense. It doesn't seem to make any sense at all. Maybe reheat just doesn't get them hot enough. Let's check in the back. That doesn't seem to make any sense at all. But it is what it is. They're just not getting to where we need to get them. So I'm going to put it back on the, maybe I should have done it at like 400. But I'm going to put it back on the air fry. It's going to probably do its preheat thing. And I'm going to give it some minutes on the air fry. So on the air fry, we'll take it down to about 5 minutes of air fry. We'll let it do its preheat. So next time I'll probably try, next time I ever do these, I'll probably do 30 minutes at 400, see how that does if I do a whole bunch like this. But you basically got to get your temperature right because you don't want to mess yourself or your loved ones up. And I'm sure it's probably going to get through this preheat pretty quick. But basically we've done 35 minutes. It's going to probably be about maybe 40 minutes. But I think you'd be safe starting these at 400 doing the same way. You basically see that the Emeril 360 is able to, hold a lot of food in this XL model. And, it can get them done, but it just seems like you got to go a little higher maybe on the temp and just get the time around 30 minutes. If the temp is probably about 400, you might be okay, but just check your temperatures. I known someone who had food poisoning and what they had to go through, because they kind of undercooked some chicken once, and you don't want to be that person. So we're going to let these continue. I'll bring you back. Okay, so we're coming to the end of what will now be sort of kind of 40 minutes at 375. And all the same, for all the chicken that we're cooking, I mean, about 3¼ pound of chicken tenderloin, 40 minutes is not bad. It's not bad at all. So we're just going to get in here, do one more check. From what I'm seeing visually of the chicken at this point, I mean, it's got to be done. So we're going to just get in there and check it out. So, all right, it's done. Gonna just get in here real quick, check. Yep, that's 165-ish. That's 169, 170-ish. All right, we're just gonna go with it because everything's starting to get, at this point, starting to sear. So they have to be, pretty well done. You're just thin tenderloins. So I believe we're good at this point for what we've got. All right, so now I'm just going to basically grab one for a taste test. And I guess I'll just grab this one here on the end. I figure it's as good as any. Gonna need a spatula though. Looks like them cooking that long, they kind of got, a little stuck to the crisper tray, but not too bad coming off. I mean, I got this one off with no worries. Let's see if, how this one does. Yeah, they're not really stuck in there. They're a little stuck, so you need a spatula, not tongs, but all the same, they do come up without any, any residue or anything of that sort. So, gonna get the camera moved. We'll do a quick taste test. All right, so here's our grilled chicken tender from the Emeril Lagasse 360. Okay, so they're not dried out, but they're not super moist. So basically, these cooked up pretty well, and you get a whole bunch done in not a whole lot of time. And so I think they turned out pretty well. I mean, it's not like Instant Pot moist or anything like that, but it's not fully dried out either. It's not really dried out, but it's not really moist, not really moist, super moist at the same time. But get a lot done, and they're good. They're all good. So you see that the Emeril Lagasse Power Air Fryer Oven, or Emeril Lagasse Power Air Fryer 360 XL, can get a whole bunch of chicken done at one time in little time. And so I do like that. If you've got a lot of people you got to cook for, this can get the job done. And so you can find the recipe for this and other heating instructions at superwaveovenrecipes.com. Also, check the video description, and there you can also find referral links for this cooker and others and all types of other things. Make sure that you're watching this either on superwaveovenrecipes.com or on the Wave Oven Recipes YouTube channel. If you're somewhere else, you're not going to find my referral links in the video description if you're looking below some other sites, and looking at the video embedded there. But also, if you ever want to come to this YouTube channel, go to waveovenrecipes.com. And you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Wave Oven Recipes. Also, if you like this video, please do give it a thumbs up. share the video with a friend, leave your comments, subscribe to this YouTube channel, hit that notification bell, and good eating.